Greetings, avatars. I am Queen Seraphina, the least annoying avatar in the land. And I today am replacing, nay, filling in for Darkstar, who is unable to attend today's live stream. But fear not, I will only chop off half of your heads. But who shall it be? I don't know. I'll figure it out at the end of the live stream. So that's what we call roleplay, right, avatars? Today we are going to have a dungeon walkthrough, playthrough, roleplay later on with List Rostov and Atos. But first, Queen Seraphina is here with the news. And I can see the Twitch chat today. My eyes are really bad, but I put it really close to me. So, yes, that's right. Girl power. Girl power. Girl power. Okay. As always, we are having a prize drawing. And there are two ways you can win a prize. One is, we're going to cut off, yes, half of the heads and half of you. I can't read and think at the same time. Christ, Palin. Anyway, we have two ways of winning prizes. One, you can go into the game and you type Horn of Plenty into local chat, universe chat, whisper it. It doesn't matter. We'll see it if you type it and send it. The other way is to spend any amount of money in the game, or on the store, any amount of money on the store. But fear not, loyal subjects, no purchase necessary. All right. Sales are going on every Friday until December 21st, with everything nearly or about 50% off. Nearly everything 50% off. There are some exceptions. Go into the store. Crowns are 20% off all weekend. And the signed boxes. Ooh, I meant to grab one. Can somebody grab me a signed box? Loyal subject, grab me a signed box. Chop, chop. I will put it in the Twitch chat. One of my loyal subjects is bringing me a signed box to display, which, by the way, we have started shipping. And by we, I mean me and Chaos. Ah, here comes one of my loyal subjects with a signed box. Do not toss it! Oh my god, I caught it. It's safe. It's fine. It's heavy duty. I said duty. Loyal subject, please close the door, for I am loud. And I've been told very annoying. These are signed by Lord British himself. We are having a limited number of numbered ones. So if you are one of the lucky people who gets in, you will see a number. I can't remember which side it's on. Maybe this side, that will say a number out of 200. And last I checked, we only had 43 left. So get in on it while it's on sale for only $99. Yes. Okay. We are having a weekend sale as well for winter rares. Some amazing sets. Those mega sets are a really great value. There's, I think one of them has like 100 items in them with Yule trees and wreaths and snowman family. It's a great thing to decorate your town with. This is the last Friday. We are tracking towards the cornucopia, Dungeons, Dragons, and I forgot. It's okay. I have it written. And role play. How could I forget? Because I am the master of role play, the queen of role play. Currently, we are at 77,356. This is a little out of date. We have reached the dungeon mask set, the ether weapons, construction decorations, the torture set, the traveler wagon, the dungeon sword and polearm one we just reached, and we are on our way to the unique dungeon fishing spot. That's very exciting. Let's see. How do you track towards these goals? Well, there are two ways for that. One is you can spend a minimum of $5 in the store during the day of the live stream, which means Friday noon to midnight. Today until midnight is your last chance to track towards these. Or you can do our rewards program, which is just $9 a month, and that automatically gets you the stretch goal rewards for each month that you are enrolled. So do that if you desire. My subject, I permit you. We expired last Friday our Viking and Kobold bundles. So sad, they're gone from the store now, but we still have the Elven, Obsidian, and the Shogun bundles. Those expire on December 21st. They are on sale. Go get on it. Remember, you can also buy them in-game as full bundles. You can't upgrade in-game. But those will go off the Crown Merchants the day of the expiration, so be careful for that. I do the pricing, but don't worry, Chaos gets me the names, so he'll just bring it in for me. There are also some parts of the bundles that are expiring from the store, like the houses that are found in the bundles. So get those while you still can. If you want to upgrade with crowns, you can buy, or you can contact me, ask me how many crowns it's going to take to upgrade your bundle on your account, and I will let you know at support@portalarium.com. Yes, Mia Sway, they are going off the vendor as well. So, yeah, hurry up and get those. All right. What else? Bundles, of course, if you buy it on the store, you get episode 2 early access. So that's a big bonus. The city bundles are at a huge discount right now. They're about 30% off, which is like $1,000 discount. This is itchy. Sorry. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Bundles expiring. Fishing Phase 2 went live in our 60. That's 60 releases that we had. New fishing expedition scene, which looks like the best vacation spot I have ever seen. Fishing holes in the Alpine pot templates, rotating pot fishing bonus, fishing while sitting, a novel idea. Maybe one day we'll have fishing while sitting and drinking, as you should do. That reminds me, I want to drink a water. All right, what else? More fish recipes also went in with R60. We increased salvage rates for Grandmasters. We did more player-made items in loot. We introduced the ornate Viking longbow and the pattern pack that went with that on the add-on store. Select crown items anywhere. You can open up with the crown icon at the upper right-hand corner of your screen to purchase various things. with crowns. We have the 2018 winter holiday item rares, which expire in February. I think it's February, but they expire, and those will go off the store forever. R57 and R58 Livestream items also went in. The dragon eggs, which are awesome. R61, what? That already came up, but we just went live with R60. That's right. We're having slightly shorter releases because of the holidays. Last month was Thanksgiving in the US, and this month, of course, is the winter holidays. Great time to get winter recurring and rares. So R61 is already on QA with fishing, including lava fishing, more fishing skills, and rare fish food recipes like the swordfish. The swordfish. Yeah. Backer box shipping phase 2 has started. As I mentioned, we are shipping the boxes. It was raining today. I got rained on, but don't worry, I covered the boxes with my jacket. It smells good. I like it. We also have for R61 more quality of life and UI improvements and polish. And then, of course, everyone's favorite holly jolly Christmas Krampus, which I want to see. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time to play the game because I've been doing shipping. So, the sacrifice I make. What else? We have Bind Everywhere also going in for R61. 2019 is a couple weeks away. That's it. We have backslot items that will you can enchant and masterwork 3 types backpacks with which affect strength and carry, cloaks, stealth, defense, and backstab protection, wings, dexterity, and speed. I'm excited about that. Baby dragons will be in 2019. You will be able to store your vendors separate from your house. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. New pole arm types, forks, like forks, the demon trident, pitchfork, etc. Yes, tridents, so you can celebrate Aquaman. Yeah, I wear makeup every day. Twitch UO. Why do I do this? Oh, because I love you guys, and there are more good people out there than there are bad. All right. What else do we have going on for 2019? Crafting specialization, choose your effect, Grandmaster only effects, more loot improvements, more add-on store weapons like bows, crossbows, wands, staves, more fishing because you can't get enough of that fishing. I know fishing is super popular. Let's see, better boss fights, and of course, episode 2, which they are not calling Attack of the Clones, despite my suggestion. That's fine. How about some girl stuff instead of all the weapons? I agree. I think I have a prize today! Bring me the names of the people who shall not lose their heads.
You ready?
Get on camera!
Oh.
Knave.
I'm excited about Aquaman, by the way. I wasn't originally, but now I am. Anyways, prizing! You guys ready for my mispronunciation?
Begin!
For the ornate brass dark lamp. Dark lamp? Does that even work? That's my star impersonation there.
It is a crossover promotion item.
The winner is Tiffany, spelled wrong, St. Tongs.
Spelled correctly for Tiffany.
Ornate backpack, Yolo Salive. Where do I know that name from?
You don't.
All right. Dungeon Iron Cage, Sumo. The T is silent.
Sumo.
Dungeon Iron Cage with Skeleton. Very Christmassy feeling.
Yes.
Is Apollo Blade Runner. Ancient Tome Dungeon Entrance plus 50-point due.
50-point dungeon.
Is Pavlito. And the Ornate Triple Connection Marble Dungeon Foyer goes to Lynn McConnor.
Congrats, winners! You have one, but one more chance to win a prize, and that is going to be at 4:45. Again, you can enter by typing Horn of Plenty in the game and sending it. Don't just type it. Remember to hit enter to send, or spending any amount of money in the game, but no purchase necessary. Where was I? Oh, don't tell Chris to do things on Twitch, because chances are he may not see them. If you see a bug, go report it in the bug forums. Please. Thank you. All right. What else? Episode 2. Yes. We have quest system revamp. I'll say it again because so many people are asking about the quest system. Quest system revamp for episode 2. Journal revamp. Theater system. Yes, so I may finally realize my true calling. It is the theater. No, it does not matter what chat mode you are in. You can say Horn of Plenty to yourself if you really want to. All right, what else? Treasure hunting with treasure maps. Item affinity and reputation. Taming expansions like pet leveling, pet skills, and pet customization. So you can make your white rabbit check the time all the time. Off with their heads, off with their heads. Customizable NPCs. Very good. Say Horn of Plenty in the game, not in Twitch, please. Thank you. Expanded permission system for containers and decos, all coming soon with episode 2, 2019, next year. All right. I already, let's see, what else? Yes, I already talked a little bit about the rewards program, but I'll talk about it again. The rewards program automatically grants you the stretch goal rewards every month when they are put on the account. Remember, stretch goal rewards take some time to make, so they usually come in 2 or 3 releases. That's the symbol for 2 or 3 releases after. Don't put JIRA numbers in Twitch. Oh. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to read that anymore. Rewards program. You also get gold crowns every single month with some potions as well. And every few months you get a new title. So every 3 months 3 months is Keeper of the Faith. And after 6 months, I should say after 3 months, and then after 6 months, 6 months, the theater. Keeper of the Word after 9 months, Keeper of the Vow, 12 months, Keeper of the Flame, and you also get a pick any die pack every 6 months. All right, we also have some projects to back. One of our prizes was for the Darkland. I believe that's with that's a crossover with Underworld Ascendant, which is one of the projects we recommend backing, and then also Lore Finder. We have some upcoming events. R61 goes live next week, Thursday, December 13th. A little early for the winter holidays. The weekly live stream is December 14th. We're going to go caroling. What's the word? It's like an old-timey Dickensian word. Starts with a W. Somebody help me. Somebody help me with this word. Wassailing? Is it wassailing? Please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, List Rostov and I are very excited. I think it is wassail. I think you're right. Yes, wassailing. What does it mean? Why do I know this? Why do I associate it with caroling? I don't know. Interesting fact that I learned, there was a mini ice age during Charles Dickens's time, which is why it is snowing in London a lot in his stories and novels. But it doesn't snow a lot in London in 2018. But I just thought that was a really cool factoid. What else do we have coming up? The dance party for R61 is December 17th. And somebody is, wassail is a verb. Drink plentiful amounts of alcohol and enjoy oneself with others in a noisy, lively way. Go from house to house at Christmas singing carols. Here we go, a wassailing. What was sailing? What was all right. People who English is their second language are probably like, do I have to know this word? No. It's old-fashioned, antiquated. R61 live stream is on December 21st, which is the very last day again that we will have the Elven, Obsidian, and Shogun bundles, as well as nope, that's the only expiration. Oh, the items that go on with that. So make sure when you're thinking about what you want to buy your loved ones for Christmas, you don't wait until the last minute to get the bundles and some of the expiring items. Good thing to search for is Elven, Obsidian, and Shogun. Shogun. All right. That is it for the news. And how do I fast forward to the role-playing part of the stream? Well, you can start by being polite and listening to the news. Is December 23rd the last day to qualify for the live stream rewards 2? December 20... No. This is the last day for these live stream rewards. No. Yes. Yeah. This is the last day for the Dungeons, Dragons, and Roleplay rewards, and next week we'll start the next theme of live stream rewards, which I forgot. I forgot what they are. I'm so out of the loop with game stuff, you guys. You have to forgive me. I have been knee-deep in shipping. Does that mean there will be no possibility ever buy a tax-free deed? I don't know. I can't answer that. Yes, T-Branch, let's get to that 85,000 so that we can get to the unique dungeon fishing spot. Because I know you guys love fishing. I know you love fishing in your own dungeon. It's a lot of fun. All right, yes, fishing. What else do we have going on? I have 5 minutes. I've been told to fast forward to the role-playing part, Atos, because apparently I'm boring.
I'm pretty sure that's my grandfather on the stream, and he thought that this was recorded. He didn't realize it was live, and he was.
Is that really your
He's
grandfather?
probably trying to fast forward. No, I'm just
He's like, how do I program this VCR?
I would be happy if
Atos
it
is
is,
here.
because my grandfathers both died 30, 40 years ago.
Not coming on.
When they were my age.
Really?
No, they're a little older than me.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll be back.
You don't have to leave now.
I'm hot.
You're hot?
And I'm boring. You may sit. Can I stand?
It all went downhill after the role playing ended. You did great. Fabulous. Amazing. Setting the bar really high for us.
I'll be back.
May I sit?
Yes. Here, you can have my scepter.
Wait
I stuck it up my nose a couple times though.
For luck?
How's the live stream reward window calculated now? It's kind of confusing. It is so complicated. Only Darkstar truly understands, but I think it ends tonight at midnight.
It ends tonight at midnight.
You can verify with Chaos. He'd be
It
the only
is
other
because
one who'd know.
the first day of tracking new rewards is the day after we go live. And we're going live next week, Thursday. Only $99.
What was that?
I burped.
That was very ladylike.
I'm the queen. I can do what I want.
Do you want to log in so that you have better outfits than me?
Sure. Are we finding stuff?
Yeah, we'll do stuff here. No, we're not going to fight stuff. You just are always better dressed than me. I'm always wearing like crappy chainmail. So I have to listen to NBNN. I made them some items to give away, some gear, and I can tell just by them talking about it that they think it's horrible gear.
What'd you
I
put
think
on
I'm
it?
bad. I just crafted some stuff, like just craft, whatever.
You didn't make like decisions? You didn't start with like
kind of
copper, bronze? And...
The player said that they took them and they were a good starting point, and then they added to them. So good job. I used our GM cheat stuff to get there.
I've seen you make gear before. I know you know the right decisions.
I know. I was trying to make you got to make a whole stack of them. Went for like strength and some hit point gear and some dex gear.
Dex. You made some dex.
And we're buying time here because we're logging in over here so we can actually get to the part we're supposed to be getting to. Let me get over to my document here. And yes, I will remind everybody where are we at now. Where's the thing? We got a thing here. We are... we're almost to 78,000. So yes, we're right at 7K away from everybody getting a dungeon room with fishing spot.
Nice.
Which will be awesome. And I expect we'll give that out as just a, not a recipe, but just give you one so you don't even have to worry about this stuff.
Just give them the room. I'm driving, or you want to drive?
Yeah, I can drive here. So this was, we didn't really have anything planned, and it's a short release, which means it's doubly bad because it means we're crazy busy because it's short and we're still trying to cram a bunch of stuff in. So you guys know we're making big progress on stuff. But also holidays, lots of people out. And also now it's the flu season and the illness season, which is why Darkstar's not here today. So the only thing I was really going to do is talk about some of the dungeon stuff and then go show off a few more dungeons we didn't get to show off because I thought there were some cool things in there.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch we didn't get to.
And I got them over here in a spreadsheet. I'll pull up some port spots. So for those who are messing with dungeon stuff, yes, we did fix the icky bug that was making the dungeon pieces not connect correctly. The place where it was not properly saving the rotation on some of the rooms. Which, if it's a 4-way room and you got a connection on every side, you would even notice if it rotated on you.
Right.
If it's that crazy spider room that's got 7 entrances at 3 different levels and
What could go wrong?
all different sides and up and down, and that one players notice because they would attach it, turn it to like use exit 2 or 4, and then all of a sudden next time they come in, it's like I'm looking into the void with a dungeon wall in front of me. So anyway, so that one has been fixed. Hopefully, you guys can fix up a few of your rooms or dungeons now that you have that. And I've noticed players who have that piece in there, they basically build a dungeon around, so they're coming in at the right angle because they know it's going to lose it. So we appreciate you guys being patient with the progress on that. We think we're actually moving pretty quick, but I know you guys love playing with that stuff and love breaking it. So thanks to everybody who has been working on that. Let me go grab some points. Let's see. Gonna work? Yay! All right. So here is a list. I guess I have to do this part here.
Yeah, you're driving.
Not sure what I think about that dress.
I don't look at it from the front. Stream. It's fabulous. He doesn't.
All right.
He doesn't know.
Anyways, let me go over here and pull up some dungeon locations. Really, I just want to show off some things because I didn't get to show many dungeon pieces last time. And if I talk too much, we won't get to show too many this time. So I just wanted to show off some interesting things people do. And I can't even remember exactly where we left off. I forget. Maybe we did this one.
Was Wiftum the last one? I feel like we did one after him, or at least 2 after him. You can hit Y and there's all kinds of. Can you make it so we can see the
which part?
The stream chat for our own stream?
Oh yeah, let me actually just move that over there because we don't care about the OBS thing.
Yeah. There we go.
And then I'll give you that one so you can actually read the questions, and I'll keep this one over here.
There you go. Oh, can you turn off the blue connection symbol in the dungeon rooms? I thought there was an interface.
Yes. Okay. So this is again part because the dungeons are really kind of in the half-finished state. We're trying to roll out a little bit each release. This release, due to a number of things, and mainly just because it was short, we didn't enable the play mode versus edit mode, because how it actually works is there's going to be a play mode that when you're in there that's what you have right now or not the play mode. You have the edit mode right now. Mm-hmm. And it'll show the pieces, it'll connect up, and it's also not going to generate any of the extra information on the dungeon set.
Great.
So when you go back out, you'll have to exit the dungeon, switch your dungeon to play mode, and then if you're in play mode, when anyone enters into it, they won't be able to leave the entry room until it finishes building out all of the information for it, which is the big thing is going to be the what we call the nav mesh, which is what creatures and pets and everything use to get around. Also, if that's what we use to get you from, if you try to sit down in a chair, you'll notice right now, like you won't be able to sit down in some chairs or use some crafting tables. And that's because it doesn't have a nav mesh. It doesn't know its way around. But anyways, in the play mode, it'll generate that, and you'll be locked in the entry room while it does that. But then you'll be able to leave. So play mode will definitely be on for next release. That's a pretty simple one to do. And also next release, we will have the nav mesh generation. We'd hope to get it in this release, but without the play mode swap, we couldn't do that. But anyways, yes, the blue things will go away, and it'll look like a normal dungeon when you're in play mode. I think Star's going to release something. We're shooting for R62. Still is going to be hopefully the encounter stuff. We'll see. For those who don't know anything about dungeons, this is one of our next big steps for episode 2 as we move towards episode 2 to add more ways that players can actually create content themselves and add to the story themselves. We know that's a big part of the whole sandbox thing, and you guys would love to have a way to do that. So this is one of several items. There's going to be a few other items that will come up, which will be things like the being able to design scripts for the NPCs. That'll be coming up in the not too terribly distant future. And more chest priorities and doors and lots of different looting stuff that'll be coming up. The encounter rooms and the dungeons, for those who don't know, will be those will mostly come from drops off of creatures or unique places in the game. Those will actually, in play mode, those will actually have creatures in them. And the creatures will actually give experience and have drops. They'll probably be a little bit lower experience and a little bit lower drops compared to the exact same creature out in the wild. But that's similar to how like control points or upper tiers or one of those places work. Is they're just a little bit less rewarding compared to the difficulty.
And we've talked about an option to have an encounter room, have an encounter version, and a deco version.
Yep.
We have.
And I'm hogging the camera here. You gotta get over so you can get on the camera. Everybody wants to see your beautiful face.
Botting still not allowed when you make your underground farm.
If you want to get into the dungeon stuff, we will be sending out the dungeon pieces. Did you get those last 4 things Rick wanted done? Whatever those were?
Totally.
Okay, we'll say yes.
As soon as I'm off camera, yes.
As soon as he's off camera, yes. I think they're just ones that maybe you made, but I missed. I made recipes for all of them. But anyways, so the dungeon pieces, the temp dungeons we have in there for you right now, those you'll be getting the pieces, the blueprints and recipes for those this release. Let's see. So what that means is, right now you get this inner sample dungeon, but you'll get all the pieces you need to make that sample dungeon shipped to you for the blueprint, so you'll be able to go craft those things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably have those in the pieces in the store in some manner at some point, like in the Crown store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you just want to.
Yeah, if you just want to go buy them, you'll probably get a much better deal with the package thing of the thing, and also you get like a cool entrance, like this book right here. So, anyways, we'll go check out a dungeon.
But sometimes you just need 1 or 2 more rooms.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to extend the hallway, or you don't want everything, or
Whoa,
so,
this is cool.
This was one that I thought was good for showing off just kind of the what you can do with it and how different players are going to use it. I mean, obviously, eventually players do want to have the sandbox. I can go craft my own dungeon, build my own quest, build my own story, NPCs, put riddles on it, have everything, level up their room so that their encounter rooms are higher and higher level and more difficult. But the other thing that we've always planned is that dungeons would be used as a replacement for basements or an alternative to basements, because you can have a basement and a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's in some cases it's like they offer a lot cooler, options for how you put things together. One, they can be a lot bigger. And I thought this dungeon, this one is, I guess it says right there, Nubby Earwiggles.
I think that's the guy who may or may not talk like a specific character from Star Wars that is everybody's favorite. That's how I remember Nubby Earwiggles.
Oh, okay.
I think. I like this first room. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought this was like really cool, just coming in terms of showing off like some of the coolness that you could do. Yeah, he's got pictures up there. Look, he's even got an Arca picture up there. I actually have a few more of those to get in this release too. There's a picture of Catherine Rose.
Nice.
And for those of you who are kind of new to the game, we have a handful of artists who will do art like on commission, like real life art for you on commission. Got some emails. Is that what you're pointing at?
No, a friend.
Oh, okay, I'll get the friend. But anyways, if those guys make the art for you, they will usually do it and give it to you in a digital format, so you can do whatever you want to with the art. And obviously, Dennis Loubet is one, but Indy Martin's another one, and is it Leo Storm? I'm trying to remember. I think it's Leo Storm. But anyways, he did.
Nubby is a goblin, I've been told.
Nubby is a goblin. Got it. I think a couple of these were Leo Storms. I forget if that's Leo Storm or Loubet. But anyways, if you get any of those guys to do art for you, I'll usually throw it on a picture and put it in game, and I'll give you like 5 copies or 10 copies or something. And then I'll throw the artwork in a Crown store, so anybody can come and buy one of these things and decorate their house with an original piece. And you can have your name everywhere, which may be cool, or some people may think it's creepy.
I don't know if Leslie's sarcastic, Leslie, but it's just the, if you turn the camera around, it's just the merchant skirt. and then a bodice top, I think, and it's just pink and black.
Why do you hate the light spell?
Because I like make what's the word? Ambiance. I like spooky dungeon and dramatic lighting.
You can't see the.
It's just a bodice and a merchant skirt. If you hit Y, you can wear more. Go down all the way to the bottom. One's called Scurry. Yeah, do Scurry. That's probably more dungeon delving. There you go. No, that's whatever.
I want to do a Christmas elf.
Oh
yeah, the
that's
Krampus.
no, that's spoilers. No, get
What?
out of there.
Oh, what? Oh, no,
Get
there's
out of
nothing to see there.
There's no Christmas elf for any reason.
Yeah, and I was excited. I actually saw that she mentioned, Sarah mentioned the Krampus. I don't know why, but I thought our Krampus was just going to be take one of our satyrs and then
Put like a hat on.
yeah, put like a Christmas hat on him or a Christmas shirt or something.
No,
but he's actually he's a whole new model, very different looking. He may have some attributes of the other guy, but yeah, it's a very different looking model. It's pretty cool, pretty exciting to have another new creature in there. But anyways, this was one that let me see if I made any notes on this. Oh yeah, this was he's building a giant maze-like thing, and this will be one. Oh, you can see he's got some room down here. But he's actually building this out into a giant maze, which I'll cheat here in a minute and go out and show you from outside the world. But again, this is until players can actually have creatures in there. This is kind of the stuff I expect them to be doing with it. And you can easily see how quickly you could get lost in these things. And then, of course, secret doors will add to this type of stuff. Teleporters is another one that's going to come, like within the dungeon teleporters. And also connections to other dungeons is another one of those things we were mentioning.
Kind of like
more stuff coming. And I'm back to where it was.
A teleporter from Arteris, where it teleports you and flips your camera, but you don't realize that it has kind of magical. Put a segment in a hallway that turns you around, but the players don't realize it did. Please let us have one-way doors, like so you can trap people.
Yeah, what's
one-way doors?
One-way doors to have like stuck. Well, there'll probably be some places where you can drop off, which is effectively a one-way thing, but maybe one-way doors aren't that bad. They can always just do a stuck or a teleport out or whatever they want to.
I guess so.
Oh, look, there's somebody here who's going to give us a tour. I did not tell him I was coming here. But this was one that I thought was cool. And he's got like his board out here, which of course I can't read any of it because it's all in German. Oh.
Our dungeons with.
I was going to say dungeons. I got the dungeon word there.
Yeah, we need Tass or Sasha. Sorry, my German is high school. I need resources for something.
He's not talking about how to get to the library, so you don't know it?
No.
But this is one of the ones. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that's me. Sorry, yeah. I looked over at the time delay thing, and I thought someone was following me into the dungeon. I was like, what? Yes, I am silly. But this was one. Again, a lot of these, there are a lot of sample dungeons out there that some of them are really well decoed and small, and some were really. This is one that I thought was a very practical type dungeon. Let's see. And we can see the name up there. This is by Stefan. He's got his bank there in terms of practical. But then this is also the type of stuff that I totally expect everybody to do. Like, okay, well, here's my crafting dungeon room. He's got everything set up so you can come down here and do all your crafting. And then also one of the things I expect is people would have like a brewing room where they'd craft stuff and they'd store stuff in their dungeon.
It's very practical.
Yeah, so not just doing something silly with it, doing something practical. Oh, by the way, Travis and I both hate this skull.
It's just, it could be optimized.
It's expensive.
It could look just as good, but cost 1/400th of what it costs.
Got the bar going on here. Got the whole setup. We got some decos out. And also showing off some of the rooms.
I like my dungeons a little more underground palace, but I do appreciate the utilitarian kind of meeting room.
Yeah, see, look, so you got like the meeting room here. This is kind of like, see, it's intended for the judgment. You ever set these up so you can get in them? You can't, can you? No.
We have recommendations of places to go if we run out.
Oh, we do? Okay. But anyways, and then also I think this was one that was just vast in terms of the size. Oh yeah, and this is again another thing I would expect is
Little
like
barracks.
Yeah, you got your little barracks down here.
And what is this? This guild is pretty it's pretty strict.
Everybody gets one chest, one bed.
Chest, one bed, no posters.
I'm just a
It's already that time. But again, this was one that I just kind of ran through it, and it's like, you know, it wasn't heavily decorated, but you could see it was like practical, and they're kind of just messing around and trying stuff out to see stuff. And it also just felt like it was one of those dungeons where, like, imagine if these were encounter rooms. I mean, like, you're already talking like this is this is a pretty big encounter.
That's probably what they're anticipating is, and then you fight this, and then you fight this.
Yeah. This is kind of cool because I did like the circular keep going down.
I do like the themed statues per room. I think that's kind of cool.
How do players get the portrait of Catherine Rose?
I think it's in a Crown store somewhere. Huh. Check the art store in Arteris. I usually just cram stuff in there.
I did not know it existed.
Yep. I throw those in game. I don't tell people about it because in the past when I've tried to do that, I get people like, oh, no, don't do that one. That doesn't make sense in our game. I want that in there.
Well, there's a reason why they say that.
Really? That's why I don't ask anymore.
Well, the person who would say it doesn't make sense is done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly right.
We have some prizes to be won. Already won. The ornate brass dark lamp goes to Mythical. Ornate backpack goes to Danschrog Eichenchild. Because it's German sounding. The dungeon iron cage goes to Arkin Shieldbreaker. I almost read it as Shieldbreaker. The dungeon iron cage with skeleton goes to Len McDouglas. The ancient tome dungeon entrance plus 50 point dungeon stuff goes to Barbie K, and the ornate triple connection marble dungeon foyer goes to Condes. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
Congrats. Thank you, Sarah. Condes wins a lot. Condes wins a lot. You win a lot of stuff for Condes.
Entering.
How are you rigging this? He's just a faithful.
Maybe he has like 10 different variations of his spelling of his name.
We appreciate you.
And this was one that I was going to show off just because, again, everybody like you think it's a lot of work put together, but really, again, this can be the replacement for your basement rather than being some massive.
Yeah, you don't have to build a sprawling labyrinth. It can just be a couple of rooms and connect them how you want.
And this is one of our good local friends, Elwin. So he kind of set this up as a just like, again, simple room, and he just set it up like as a simple dance. Basically, it's just a little basement to have a dance party in.
Oh, very nice. I like the paver work. Oh, he's here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh my God,
he must have known we were doing the stream. I didn't tell him. All right, I'm not going to click on his. I'll click on his. Right now, I'm not going to click on his radio. We don't want to. We don't. I don't think we're getting any audio, anyways.
It would be avatars or RSP. Yeah. Also, Twitch restrictions. We don't want to get in trouble. But why are you doing? No.
All right, now we can move on.
He comes in and helps every week with the live stream.
I can't resist.
That was awful.
I'm sorry.
You're not even gonna.
All right, I'll resurrect him.
That's not me. Chris is driving. I hope he's watching. I'm just gonna do all these deeds with my character. You can just resurrect all.
Yeah, he's good.
He just broke all his gear. He's been waiting there to DJ for you. Party in Elwin's basement. You may or may not be God murdered. It'd be cool to name our dungeons or even property lots.
Yeah. Seems easy.
That'd be cool if you had, because then you could have like part 1 and part 2 if like multiple people had a story puzzle or something. I don't know.
Whoa, teleport. What we get for debug teleporting around. And also for those who didn't know, the dungeons, you don't have to pay anything for them. We do have those lovely things that'll help them get spotted, like the lovely entrances, like the standing stone with a giant light shooting out of the middle of it, and the wizard book and those others if you want to get them noticed. But if you're just looking for something a little simpler, I think this one here is the crafted.
I like this one because they put it inside structures like they did here, and you'll kind of, you'll go into a crypt and a graveyard and a POT, and like, oh hey, I can click on this. So I like that kind of keep it in character. Immersive, is that the word I'm looking for? Can I name my dungeons Phil? All of them? Sure.
Fill. Oh, this was the one that was. He kind of has it again as going for the role playing thing.
Oh, nice.
Just showing off the one simple thing here that. Yeah. See.
It's Cup of Carpenter. That one.
That one. I'm gonna take it. Ah.
Is there something in it?
I don't think so.
Whose dungeon is this? All right, Feldon Grimshaw. I like that. That was awesome.
Yeah, so that's again doesn't have to be big. Just some people having fun with it. Let's see.
That's just what we're gonna look at? That was worth it anyways. That was awesome.
Yes. Hold on. The next one here.
Bit. When are you going to do another party? Specifically you, Atos.
Me?
Release next week, right?
Yeah, we got a release next week. You guys know I'm always in game a bunch during the release. How much I get to have fun and do party stuff and go around and give out buffs and do wacky stuff like that all depends on how many bugs there are. So hope for low bug counts, because that's usually when I get to just go around and mess around with stuff. And so this one's in. This is the sim kit.
Put that sigil on that. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's even like nicely. Fits on there nicely. It's perfect. Oh wait, maybe that's included in the sigil.
Does it come with it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know if it does. You're the decorator, man.
I don't do a lot of cages and dead things and Evil Fortress.
I tried to put down my lot somewhere, and I'd spent some time decorating it, and then I went back so infrequently it got picked up.
For my in-game house, for like my specific house. Hey, they got one of the. Did we visit them last time? How'd they get that room?
Oh yeah, I think I sent it out to all the people I knew I was going to visit eventually.
Oh, nice. Well, they put it in already. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is really cool that there's the insides of some of these rooms are so big that look at that, it just barely fits in here.
Oh, and that cage comes with it.
Very cool. Here's our least favorite skulls.
No, that is my second least favorite skull. The Ichor Witch is still.
Yeah, kind of a neat entry hall again.
Wait, if you go,
I'm gonna go this way.
Oh, okay.
And then again, looking for the practical stuff. Oh yeah, he's got some cool decos on the wall here.
Yeah, some ether stuff.
Yep, ether stuff. And he's got his bank.
Good for storage in your building.
That's cool.
Wow,
that's some more stuff. Decos, and more decos.
I put some pavers in here. So this room, the waterfalls, you'll be able to see them more clearly, and I added a sound also, so you can kind of hear some water.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, they're a lot more visible in the next release. Like some kind of fancy armory.
Dark Star Chaos Shield, Dark Star's little tribute to Dark Star. Where's the Atos one? Huh? Where's Atos? No love for Atos?
What room? This is a room that's coming out this release. It's if you had one, I think the 125 or the 100 point, you'll get the blueprint for it. We're also going to check it up on the store. so you can just buy one if you want it. I got a dungeon in Serpent's Watch if you want to look at some of the pieces. I kind of throw myself the pieces I release early so I can mess with them and break them, so I catch them before they're all out to people, and it creates more problems than what do you call it? Before it's too late. So that's a good place to preview dungeon rooms. Is I'll just check them myself and attach them.
And I vaguely remember this one from before when I went through it, that it's after that entry room and showing off the other stuff. It's kind of just a tour of, a lot of the different rooms that are out there. Yeah, kind of some of the epic rooms.
And these are the ones we expect will have fights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned last stream, but Travis and I for Christmas, just because we have fun doing it, we are going to each be making our own scene.
Yeah.
And that's at least my goal for it is when I'm making my scene, I'm actually thinking about each place I'm making. I'm thinking about it as what kind of dungeon room would this make, so I can take those off.
Oh yeah. So hiccup. Jump, jump, jump.
So anyways, you can expect a lot more dungeon rooms for those.
I think you can break through that wall. I don't know what it is on the other side. So he's collected a lot of the hard to get rooms here. Or she.
Diamond. But anyways, yeah, so this one was just kind of the tour of cool rooms I found out there. What? You're not going to let me go through there?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go through. Unable to move to object. Oh, because there's no nav mesh there. That's weird because I can hit it from the other side.
That's not good.
And that was the thing I was mentioning earlier. There's some things if you have to move to interact with them, we have to have the nav mesh for you to be able to do that. That is not one of the things that should require it, though. And in the past, this hasn't, so I'm not sure what's up with that, because I was just able to do this a little while ago.
Yeah, we didn't patch.
Oh, there we go. I just had to get closer. Oh, so that's it. So because I was a little further away, it was trying to walk me up to get close to the wall, so it actually looks like my pick is hitting the wall.
Oh, what was on there? Looked like there's some stuff.
Oh, no, that's
that's the other side. Gotcha.
I don't know. Let's find out. Look, there's a dungeon over here.
Where we just were. Sorry.
I get lost in these things, too.
I looked away, too.
It's a lot easier to get lost if you aren't driving. But yeah, so this one was just, we had a bunch of the cool rooms in here. Also, I will point out this is fixed on QA. This right here, this thing here. I did that. That was my fault. I fixed it. It's fixed on QA. We are not playing on QA because somebody, not me for a change, but somebody introduced a nasty bug that makes it so it's hard to get through most doors.
It was me?
No.
Oh, is this the capsules a little bit?
Yeah, this is it was a collision change that basically the collision for the character grew by about 3 inches, which is just enough so I wouldn't be able to get through this door on QA.
If I buy 2 different dungeons, can I combine the 2 into one very big dungeon?
You'll probably have to pay to expand the points a little bit, because those don't expand the points. The points is a separate thing, but again, if you're starting a lot of that depends on the lot size you start with. I call him the Dungeon Overlord. Tazar has like a whole group of people, but he's expanded his dungeon mostly through gold, but he's got a massive dungeon. But again, you can expand it through gold, you can expand it through crowns, but yeah, you can do it, and probably if you have like a row lot, you'll probably have to pay a decent amount to get it up there, but probably not.
It's
not talking about $1 million gold. Yeah. You're talking about probably tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
It's not as much as I thought it would be when you said, and it's not that bad.
We're just trying to make it expensive for the crazy people like Tazar, who are trying to make big stuff. Also, if you have a big lot, like I forget what it is, maybe keeps start with like 200 or 250 or something like that. So you'd be able to put it on a keep lot. The row lots start with smaller. I think they start with like 50-point dungeon or 75-point dungeon.
I think I'm at like 40 points in my dungeon, and I'm happy. I'm not lacking for rooms. So depends what you want to do with it. I might add a few more when I get plans to do it.
Yeah, and the different room sizes, the way I set the points on them is usually I look at them by how many 8x8 chunks they take up. So how many 8 meter by 8 meter chunks of floor space they take up, which is kind of our usual segmented size. So like this space right here, from like this wall to right about here is the size of 1 point.
We kind of time to performance also, like if it has particle effects and like several lights that are built in, and its performance gate will kind of up the cost of the room.
And I forget, I'm thinking this one's like
cost.
maybe a 28 point room.
That seems about right. It's 2 stories.
Yeah, I think it's 5 by 5. And this is one, I forget whose dungeon had it, but they had this one. They had it pretty well decoed out already. Just because,
do you have deco surface to this?
Yeah, there's deco surface on it. That's what's blocking the path over here.
Okay.
That's why you can't get up if you go up this side right now on live. Ooh, let me up.
Do layers
have a deco surface.
Well, it's volumetric. It's not just 2D. So 5 meters. So 8 by 8 by 5.
Yeah. Usually,
loose with it, but yeah.
I've been the one setting the points on pretty much all these, and usually I'll look at it, and like for this one, I kind of set it. I think it's a 5 by 5, and then I added a few extra points because it is high and has a lot of space and is a cool room. But I didn't multiply it. It's like this is technically it's like 5 by 5 by 3 high, so it should have been 75 points. But again, I think I put it like 28 or 30 points or something like that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like being like a guild hall or a tournament or whatever you want, like having this type of stuff is awesome. All right.
I want to see.
And we're already over time. Sorry.
I want to see some decoed out dungeons.
I'm trying to think. I think I showed Artemis's. He had some cool stuff in his last time. I was trying to remember who else had some cool decoed stuff. Whoopton had some really cool decos, but again, we showed his already. We're kind of at the end of the time. Did we have any other cool questions over there?
There was one earlier that suggested where we could go to. Might be interesting to add doors and then renting dungeon rooms. Potentially, and then it gets a little tricky when you're removing the room from the world. Like it's kind of like the doors, like the room is always there. Whereas if you're clicking around a little quick, not a bad idea.
And again, this is one of those things where I'll remind people this is what's so awesome about heading into episode 2 and heading into a time when we're going to be adding a lot of new stuff like this is we already have some really strong systems in place for handling decos and how decos work and ownership of decos and all that type of stuff. So we already have a lot of that stuff in there. So a lot of that could be, I mean, we're not that far off from having what they're suggesting of like you can add like here's a dungeon room or an in room where you can just add have a long build out your long hallway and have a bunch of doors on it and have a bunch of guests who come and stay there. And it would handle correctly like you've decoed your own room and then also somebody else picks it up type stuff. But anyways, we've got a few more things that we need to do for that before it'll be fully featured. But we're not that far off already.
A modular water slide system.
Exactly what we need.
He said yes.
So again, reminder. Right now it looks like we're at like 78,546. I'm not going to go update it because we're just about to end the stream.
Oh, nice.
But we're at 6454 away from the dungeon room that is a fishing spot. That has a really cool fishing spot. I kind of know what it's supposed to look like if we make it, but anyways, not that far from that, and everybody will get one. So that'll make for those people who are just getting in dungeons or just discovering dungeons or want to get into them, that'll be a great one to get started with that you'll have free that you won't have to go hunt and craft for and beg, borrow, steal to go buy it off somebody's vendor or something.
Cave-looking dungeon sections on the horizon.
Yes, so for those who have been around lots of different dungeons in our land.
Spoilers.
We've got a number of modular piece sets that we use to build those things. That's how a totally not arty person, huh?
You guys can keep going, but do you need me to push the button?
What button?
Stop it?
No, we know how to click that button.
Okay.
You want to do I don't know the upload button. You'll have to tell us that. We'll
No,
wrap it up here in a
Star can do
second.
that.
Hold on, you can just stand.
I'm not cutting you guys
stand
off.
here.
I'm just asking so I can go home.
Oh, I see.
The real
I forgot where we were going there.
Smells like
Okay.
Livestream juice in here.
I don't even know what that means.
Cave-looking dungeon pieces.
Oh, that's right, cave-looking dungeon. So we've got a number of sets. This is
I made
set.
a bunch already, and nobody's seen them. Is the answer to that? Yes.
No, I didn't know that. So there's we've got a number of art sets that are all based on that same modular set, and we have different types of connectors, so you can connect this dungeon set with a cave set, which can connect with the sewer set. If you've seen any of the sewer maps, have kind of the bigger rounded things with the water running through them. All those sets will end up in the dungeon pieces eventually. We're hooking them up now. They were going slow because somebody who has way too much to do was doing them, and also has no eye for detail. And now we have someone who has a little more time and a much better eye for detail.
So much free time.
So much free time.
You should see my schedule.
Yeah. I'm 5% down on Red Dead Redemption. That's how little free time I have. I tried. I paid money for it just because I know a number of people who work on the project. But
I haven't even bought it. I watched my friend play it, and then I go, nope, that's enough. And then I leave.
My daughter loves playing it, though. Loves riding the horse around. I know it's a bad dad thing for a 4-year-old to play.
You're gonna find some of the stuff I've seen.
But she just rides the horse around the open fields. That's pretty much all she does. Yeah. Yeah, I came in one time, she was being attacked by a bear. I think I might have told that story. But
okay, it's more the disemboweled.
She was fine with it.
Cultists.
Oh, yeah.
No,
she did not stumble into the KKK meetings.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's lots more pieces coming. For those who don't know how we develop, if you're new, like maybe you joined when we went to free to play and are just now discovering the game, every release we iterate on things, we add new things, and this is one of those things as we're rolling it out. There's no way that a massive system could get done like this could get done in one release, and we want to get feedback from you guys, and we need you guys also to help us find the bugs. Like, hey, the spider room rotates when you put it down if you choose an entrance other than entrance number 1.
But we introduced systems piece by piece, and we really appreciate you guys' participation in testing them, and some stuff is not even quite ready for you guys to test, but
yeah, and this, as we've mentioned, sadly these last 2 releases of the year, they have these holiday things around here that are screwing up our schedules for these last 2 releases. So R60 and R61, the one that's about to end, are both really short releases and crazy busy, and people have time off, and everybody's getting sick. We need to stop doing that. But R62 is going to be a long release. There is some time off in that, obviously.
Is that Star?
Is that Star? Star.
Whose channel of the Avatar?
Can you guys make soda as good as Red Dead Redemption?
We only need
absolutely
2,991 more devs, and then
For those who don't know, there were roughly 1,000 people who worked on Red Dead Redemption. Well, there were 1,000 worked on it full time. There were 3,000 in the credits, but there were 1,000 worked on it full time for like 5 years. But anyways, hour for hour spent on Shroud of the Avatar, I think we are a better game than pretty much anything else out there. Really.
I would agree for the team. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and also for those, it's one of those things, we've had some reminders here lately that I won't go into, just about how good we are both on delivering on schedule, and also how good we are on stability. Not necessarily in the client, there's some things outside of our control, but just in terms of a service that I think in the past 4 years of being live as a multiplayer game, we've had 1 rollback. We have server crashes about once every 6 months, and those are always brief. So anyways,
people are asking about the wall style of the limestone 50 point. There is it's called the Ancient Stone set of hallways, so that's covered. There's a whole set of rooms and straights and hallways and intersections for that. There's green marble, there's blue marble, an indoor pool we showed last time, a koi pond room, and then more that are just on my machine that nobody's seen except a couple people here. So
yeah, and again, those are things that as we go through, this isn't something like World of Warcraft or something where we do massive release and then here it all is and here's the last 6 months or 9 months of our work. We just don't have the QA team, and we also like to involve you guys and get feedback from you guys, so we try to roll it out a bit at a time. So you'll see every release we'll be rolling out more and more dungeon pieces for you guys to play with.
It's a really good game. We're not being sarcastic. We were just saying.
Which one?
We have Like,
Oh
is it a
no,
good
yeah,
game?
Red
It's
Red
awesome.
Dead is a good game
Yeah,
that makes us
it's
sad
great.
that we have no free time, and it's also a nice, step away to see what other people are doing, and that's I know when I've played it, pretty much all I'm doing is I'm like, how did they do this snow? Let me look and try and
Oh
figure out
yeah,
how they did
when
the
I watch my
snow.
friend play, like
Really
stop,
look at
look at
these
the plants. Like,
trees.
oh, they don't build board the grass, they just tip it over. Like, look at that rock, look at that
Yeah.
rock, and I'll just make them stand, and we'll watch the clouds, and I'll make notes. And
Yeah. What are they doing with their water?
oh,
That's
a lot of great
just so.
stuff.
Anyways, it's always good even for us to go
Yeah.
play other games, even though it's not an MMO or it's kind of an RPG, but totally different genre. But yeah, I mean, most of that game is outside, and they do a great job with that stuff. But it's fun for us to go look at it and see like the details and the amount of just random junk that they put in there, and looking at the systems and how polished some things were, and taking notes on those things. But anyways, yes, great game. And as I mentioned, I'm sure you know some people on it, but with 1,000 people on it, if you know someone in the games industry, there's a
Yeah,
decent
yeah,
chance they
yeah.
worked on that game. So
Couple.
a lot of ex coworkers of mine worked on Red
Nice,
Dead
nice.
right there.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're way over time here, and we're trying to get people out of here. And I got to go pick up a 4-year-old. Speaking of letting a 4-year-old ride a horse around and get attacked by bears, totally not traumatic. So we probably should wrap things up. The sales, the 50% off sale goes through midnight.
Yeah.
And I think again we're now like more than we're 78,660. I haven't clicked refresh in a while. That's probably a little behind, but almost to the 85. So just got to get another little under 7K, 6,500, 6,340 to get there. So go for it. Get your friends in there. If you had something you're going to get for Christmas, you want to buy some extra crowns, do it now, or their crowns are on 20% off. I think crowns are 20% off all weekend long. And as someone who works on the dungeon stuff and loves dungeons, I would love to have a dungeon room with a fishing spot. So hopefully you guys can do that, and we can get some time allocated to this guy to go make some of that cool stuff up. And again, looking forward to continuing to expand the dungeon stuff and not just the visuals. Right now, we kind of got, you can build out the shell of stuff, but then the other big systems coming online that
So to
people want.
give the tools they want to make their own experiences. We
Yeah.
know that's what you want, to tell your own story and have your own quest and keys and locks. And
Yeah, you want to have
clues.
your butler standing at the door who you can walk in and players can talk to, and they'll tell you where,
Yeah.
where's the crafting room, where's the what, and have dialogue with them where you just, again, type in your questions or whatever for them. So, and we are looking forward to giving that to you as in the New Year's. We head
All in the
into
works.
episode 2 stuff and expansion. Of course, we talk about episode 2, but dungeons are really, they're a feature. We're trying not to feature lock episode 2 stuff. Episode 2 stuff is primarily content that there's going to be a whole new continent of stuff out there. So if you haven't purchased episode 2, that is the thing. Everything's free to play in episode 1. We don't actually have any new places in episode 2, but you can go buy it now, which we would greatly appreciate. And there will be some stuff coming online for episode 2. I think we're going to start.
Yeah, Sanio
popping out a few
Sanio
scenes.
and Lord British. Lord British was here, and they planned extensively, and kind of just overhearing that. We got a small open office, so just overhear them talking about plans and story. I'm excited. I'm pretty pumped for.
Yeah, and going over the story stuff so we can plan that with Tracy Hickman, get a book out and get things rolling for episode 2 stuff. So, also reminder, I think they said there are 43 of the signed and numbered boxes. We are actually shipping those right now. We actually don't know how many more they have to go, but they shipped out at least a couple of boxes full of boxes today.
Yeah.
So they're actually shipping them daily right now. They're doing those first. That's the first thing.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on working really hard and stressing and running around and physical exercise. And so kudos to the shipping team, Rick and Sarah. They're working really hard to get you guys your boxes.
So anyways, you can go buy one of those. It will get there before Christmas. We are working. We still have, for those who've seen pictures, our office is completely full of boxes. We want them out. So for those who did not get caught in round 1 for whatever reason, I think a lot of those people were a bug in our web system, which we're really sorry about. But for the others, we will be getting those boxes shipped out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need our space back. There's a bookshelf that's completely blocked by it, and I have a box of cereal in there that I really want to get to, but I don't want to move the boxes, so I I really want them to ship the boxes so I can get to my cereal. Anyways, for you guys, if I'm not on camera again before Christmas, have Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff. I think I probably will be on
They
camera
want to
again.
picture the boxes. Can we just grab the camera and like walk with it? Is it wireless?
I can show them on the iPad. Hold on.
All right. He's gonna go take a picture.
I'll be right back.
Literally,
Install for me.
I was at lunch with other game developers worked with, and they were talking about how indie their studio was, and like, well, we have thousands of our physical boxes in our office right now. He's going to take a picture. Happy holidays to you guys too. You got a good one?
Let's see if I can get this on camera.
Yeah. There's just some of them.
Can't actually see what I'm holding up there because we have the game.
Oh, the delay.
No, we need to get the full picture up. We need to do click that thing.
Yeah, and there
you go. For those who haven't seen it,
extends to the left and to the right of that.
For those who've been to our office, that's a good chunk of our office filled with that. And that on the right side there, you can see those boxes are blocking my cereal. It's in one of the cubbies on that shelf.
No.
So I've not been having cereal in the morning. I'm kind of like to get to my cereal. And also for those who are here, you can also see that this is smaller than it was last time. And that's because we've shipped out quite a few. So
yeah,
go shipping team. And again, thanks to everybody. And
have a good weekend.
This will be the last time they see me as a 49-year-old.
Oh, when's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday. I didn't know that.
So I turned 50 tomorrow. So for those people who are commenting in a thread, which I will not name them, saying that I look old, that's why. Because apparently I'm old.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We will see you on stream next week, which will be a post-launch stream. And then I'll probably see you guys all at the dance parties and see you all at the other stuff. I'll make sure and jump in and buff some stuff up. And maybe I will try to remember to get those player-owned town only potions for shrinking, growth, and super jump in there.
Oh, nice.
Get those things on there because that's one of those that I can keep saying I'm going to add, and I can do it in a couple days, but I just haven't got around to it. But anyways, I'm going to try to get those in for this release because those would be fun Christmas things.
Oh, and everybody try out the Obsidian Trials. This next release, I capped it at 100 skills, so no more. We're going to try that for release. I know some people want that. Some people don't want it. They're wrong. It's going to be fun.
And Starla Girls, he don't look 49. That's so you're so nice. I'm assuming you're saying thinking to look younger, right?
Yes, she says he looks younger. Next.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I tell people that's because I didn't have a kid until I was 45. It's kids that age you, so that's why I look young. Sure. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and again, get us there. Looks like we're at 78,919. So really just 6K to go. Get there. You got until midnight. Go buy your crowns. Go buy your whatever. And another 6K. A lot of stuff on sale, yeah.
A lot of good stuff. So.
Yep. And again, thanks so much. And we will see you next week.
Thanks,
and
guys.
the stretch goal does end tonight. So get busy. How do we stop it?